Hillary denies she wants to repeal the Second Amendment. But it's all about jargon and how it's nuanced to dupe and deceive.
I do not want to repeal the Second Amendment. I do not want to take anyone's gun away.
But Trump insists she does.
Hillary Clinton wants to abolish the Second Amendment. She wants to abolish it. Okay. Hillary Clinton wants to take your guns away, and she wants to abolish the Second Amendment. She wants to take the bullets away.
If he's wrong, why can't Hillary give a straight answer?
Do you believe that an individual's right to bear arms is a constitutional right, that it's not linked to service in a militia?
I think that for most of our history, there was a nuanced reading of the Second Amendment until the decision by the late Justice Scalia. And there was no argument until then that localities and states and the federal government had a right, as we do with every amendment, to impose reasonable regulations.
And the Heller decision also does say there can be some restrictions, but that's not what I asked. I said, do you believe that their conclusion that an individual's right to bear arms is a constitutional right?
If it is a constitutional right, then it, like every other constitutional right, is subject to reasonable regulations.
She's bearing a two-edged sword. Hillary's answer implies the Second Amendment may or may not be a constitutional right. But even if it is, she wants to regulate it. If she gets in, she'll get the judges that will regulate with the other gun grabbers, Ginsburg and Breyer. Trump warns that's exactly what she'll do.
Hillary wants to essentially abolish the Second Amendment. By the way, and if she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know.
They need to know Hillary's plan and be prepared to fight it.
I'm going to continue to speak out for comprehensive background checks.
That's privacy invasion. You want to give your gun to your son? You will be forced to do the transfer through a licensed dealer who will run the background check on your boy. This will create a national registry of gun owners, not criminals, since they don't get their guns legally. Hillary and her backers like Bloomberg, Soros, Schumer, Blumenthal are playing the long game. Register now, confiscate later.
Closing the gun show loophole, closing the online loophole.
There's no loophole. Both already do background checks. Hillary would like nothing more than to see both shut down.
Reversing the bill that Senator Sanders voted for and I voted against, giving immunity from liability to gun makers and sellers.
That's the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act, which protects gun dealers from being sued by victims. This will easily close down thousands of gun stores who haven't the means to defend themselves. Then why not make server companies liable for their customers' lies? Huh, Hillary? And if taking away guns will stop violence, maybe taking away email servers will stop Hillary from lying. Fat chance.
Back to handguns. My name is Gene Wojciechowski. Recently, Australia managed to get away or take away tens of thousands, millions of handguns. And in 1 year, they were all gone. Can we do that? And why, if we can't, why can't we?
You know, Australia is a good example. Canada is a good example. The UK is a good example. Why? Because each of them had mass killings. Australia had a huge mass killing about 25 years ago. Canada did as well. So did the UK. And in reaction, they passed much stricter gun laws. In the Australian example, as I recall, that was a buyback program.
It's jargon to dupe and deceive. Buyback in Australia was an attempt to mollify gun owners whose firearms had been declared contraband. Take the box or surrender your guns. That was their choice.
By offering to buy back those guns, they were able to, curtail the supply and to set a different standard for gun purchases in the future. Now, communities have done that in our country. Several communities have done gun buyback programs. But I think it would be worth considering doing it on the national level.
That means buyback or surrender on a national level. And gun-free Australia is now rife with gun crimes. For when guns are outlawed, only the outlaws will have guns. And Hillary, the biggest outlaw of them all, will be sleeping on your guns.